Alrighty everyone, welcome to another stream for the 2021 Space Cup. And this time, unlike earlier today, we find ourselves in the minors, where all those up-and-coming players find themselves and try to make it big. And we have to look right all the way down here to the match Gamma versus ComradeMason is where we are headed today. Welcome everybody to the stream. I know the players are already ready, so there's not much time to waste, but maybe let's just quickly look at the situation and assess it. Gamma has done okay in the group stages. He's new to competitive VEW, has shown some strong performances, shown some performances that were a bit more weak. In a close match, he beat Rylus J in a 3-2 victory in the first round, but then he met the juggernaut that is Flipper J. Flipper J, one of the favorites to win the minors currently, and he lost 3-0 to him, or 0-3 from his perspective, and now he finds himself down in the lower bracket. ComradeMason had a pretty similar story. Also so-so performance in the group stages, and then again another very close match in the first round, this time against Fun Guy, but Fun Guy made the upset happen and beat him 3-2. And then ComradeMason actually had a very, I think it was one of the longest matches in the entire tournament so far. ComradeMason against Static Quill 22, down there in the lower bracket first round. And if you want to see a very crazy match with base races and stuff, then you might want to go back and watch ComradeMason against Static Quill. But he prevailed and now finds himself facing Gamma as the high seed in this match. Winner of the two will meet MrMan, who's already waiting there. He has won his lower bracket match against Flopode 3-0, looking strong there. And he is, as you can see, already waiting for the winner of the current match. So, without further ado, let's jump into the lobby. I don't see Gamma yet. All right, Gamma has technical difficulties. His game actually crashed when he was trying to start it up, so we will just wait a moment for him to arrive. All right, let's waste no more time. Let's start with the draft. We have Gamma as the low seed player who has the first and the third ban, and then in between these two, ComradeMason can answer with his one. We have Polis as the first ban, alrighty. Naboo as the second one. And finally, Coruscant, alright. Coruscant has not seen much love in the tournament so far, but just today and yesterday we have seen a couple of Coruscant games. Some of them courtesy of sync errors, so that multiplies the amount of them, but still has seen some play, has seen some surprising success with Empire, has seen some insane canister plays that tipped entire games. Not gonna spoil what that was, so if you wanna find out more, then watch the latest matches if you haven't already. All right, first game. Let's see the map. Let's see the faction. Castle. In my mind, it's always a pretty risky pick because I feel it's heavily favored for the Rebels, and I guess most of the, I don't know, quote-unquote top players think that way, but in the minors, it's different. In the minors, people are not playing the factions to 100% efficiency. So it doesn't really matter if the map is, I don't know, rebel-sided at the highest level, because we are here in the minors, we're not at the highest level, but we will be seeing very entertaining matches nonetheless, because I think that these two players are pretty evenly matched, just from what I've seen by them so far in this tournament. Mason now picks Empire, which we have seen many times in the minors before. It's like, gut feeling would say like 80-20, maybe even 90-10. In terms of people picking Empire for the first game. It's the easier faction, less micro-intensive, so it's a nice way to start the day. And looks like the players are ready, so let's jump into the game in a moment here. We have waited for this one. We have been debated, but now we can play it. All right, I see both players on the minimap. Both are here. Gamma with a... yeah, that was a slow start. And we have Mason with... what was that? Hugging the station, all right. Okay, he goes aggressive with his fighter, goes to the middle of the map, while we have Gamma going for the more classic strat of using the speed to go to both the base mines first. I would expect a TIE fighter to come in here, and at the same moment there he is, to go for the left side base mine, so all in all it's very solid, and it looks like Mason wants to get the turret in the middle first, so that's why he went there, beeline there right at the beginning. as opposed to Gamma, who thought that his income was more important at this point, as opposed to the map controller. Oh, defensive turret too. Now I'm getting a little bit of a question mark here. 2 turrets and 2 mines. That's, what is that? 3,000 something credits. That's a lot of money. He is broke. He cannot build this mine. Okay. So that's the result of that. And it is because he built the left side mine here. It's envisioned from Gamma, so we will have to see whether Gamma actually reacts to that and attacks it. He would have the ability to do double damage. No, dogfighting is set. So that's already a small... What am I saying? It's a big mistake, honestly, because you need to take the double damage as the rebels. You need to be aggressive, you need to be fast, you need to take the double damage. Pirates in the hand of Gamma. And if we take a look at what Mason is doing, he's not attacking anywhere on the map. He's trying to defend the middle mine. He's sitting on top left, waiting for the credits. He's sitting on top right, but he's not going for the rebel mines on either side. Successful attack on the left side, so that is looking very promising for Mason at that point. And Gamma, with his 1 X-Wing, should lose out against 2 defending TIE fighters here. He will slowly take damage and then... Oh, but we don't have a... Oh, bombers, nice. We don't have an engine upgrade. If you look at the top right corner, we don't have an engine upgrade for the TIE fighters, so the TIE fighters are actually pretty ineffective at defending. But they are now going for the bombers, who for some reason veer to the left instead of to the mine. Now they turn, but now they are in range of the turret too. And they turn to the right. What's happening? Getting out of range of the turret. Now, attack the mine. Go. Going to the left again. What's happening? Going to the right again, and they are dead. Okay, I have no idea what that was. But yeah, top left mine, so 3 mines now for Mason. But Mason, oh, just as I was about to say that he's just sitting around with his TIE fighters, he starts moving, going for the base mine of Gamma. I think that's the right move. Extend your lead. And yeah, use the credits to call in a couple more fighters, I would say. Maybe a bomber? There's the bomber. Nice. Just don't do the same thing as the Y-Wing with going back and forth, but instead a 90-degree turn would be in order. Yeah, maybe I jinxed it. Looks like I jinxed it. That's a circling bomber if I've ever seen one. Oh, that was at least something. It did damage, it wasn't in vain. But it will fly into the turret at this rate. Yeah, it's not the day for bombers right now. It seems like. More bombers. Nice. Oh, this is a trajectory I can get behind. Literally with the camera. Doing the damage now with the torpedoes. Yeah, that looks much better. If we take a look at the top right, we have more X-Wings coming in. But the mine is not really taking a lot of damage. So it looks like we have a very slow-paced game. More bombers. I love the miners. I don't know about you, I love this. IPV, defensive, it's blue. Defensive IPV coming in for Gamma. Not really in a nice position to fire here. And more circling units. Looks like Gamma and Menku and Mason both have trouble with fixing circling units. If you wonder what can you do to fix the behavior that they are circling, firstly, why do they circle? It's a pathfinding error, let's call it error, that when a unit is in a 90-degree angle to something they want to attack, like to the mine, like say the unit is going up, and if they are right at the distance where they would turn around if they were going back and forth, you know, when they fly away from the mine, they turn around and then they go back. And right at that distance, if they go 90 degrees to the mine, they will start circling. And you need to take notice of that. You need to see that, and you need to fix that. And how do you fix that? You need to get them out of that deadlock manually. You need to click the unit, you need to right-click, give a move command towards the mine so they make the 90-degree turn. And once they're facing the right direction, you can give the attack command on the mine again. And click the mine, and then they are fixed. It's just about which way they face when they have the wrong decision. And that was why the bomber started circling, because he called it bomber in right at the distance where the bomber would turn around. And it was coming from the top, so it was a 90-degree angle, and the bomber just started circling. Okay, enough story time. We have the IPV coming to the middle and the turret is not paying attention, shooting at X-Wings that he's not really gonna hit. And the IPV is saying, nice, I'm gonna get that mine. Somebody who didn't get the mine was Gamma, though, at the top right. All the X-Wings are dead now, and Mason can now start moving down towards the pirates and then towards the rebel base mine. Yeah, the IPV is having a field day here because the turret is not responding. The IPV even deactivated its own shields with the power to weapons ability. But the turret is looking a bit confused, if you ask me. Oh, I like this. This is a solid attack on Mason's base mine. But just take a look at the credits. I'm not going to say anything about it, but why is there no Tech 2? You're sitting on 9,000 credits. Let's go. Tech up.
Enemy space station.
There we go. Tech 2. For Mason, I would suspect that Gamma will follow suit. He has enough money too. Sitting on 2 mines. Yeah. And the IPV really did work. Killed the mine, killed the turret, killed the ties. Still sitting at 50% HP. And oh, that's nice. We have a lot of turrets going up in the center. Full map control for ComradeMason. Who is down to 1 mine though now. So if Gamma actually is able to do something about that, nice dodge with the X-Wings, but was not able to drop the bomb here. That's actually a nice observation, Bramatic. We've seen that a lot of times that the timing window that you have, if your opponent takes up after you did, you have like 80 seconds as a minimum, right? Before they take up, and maybe say you have another 10 seconds, 15 seconds before they build some units in Tech 2. So that's, yeah, 1.5 minutes of advantage that you can really use to hammer down your advantage, to put your foot down and get in the driver's seat of the game. Acclimator. I thought I saw something on the minimap, and that's an Acclimator, and the IPV is hopelessly underpowered to fight an Acclimator. Did a little bit of damage, but not enough. And there it is, Tech 2 for the rebels. So now the match is on. 1 mine currently for Mason, but Mason had more mines for longer in this game, so he should have a cushion of income. He's building top left now. And we still have both mines for the rebels. If you look at the upgrades, we have Tech 2, level 2 upgrade, supplies upgrade for the rebel side, and we have level 1 for the Empire side. It's a bit confusing with the colors right now because we have the blue Empire upgrades with the red Empire player and vice versa. So that's had me confused there for a second. Yeah. Missile. Okay, he seems to like these missile turrets. Has 1 laser turret here, but a lot of missile turrets all over the place. And he really likes the pirate sitting there. He could have used these TIE fighters to start attacking down here a long time ago, but no, not taking any risks. Very careful approach from both of these. I guess kind of makes sense. This is an elimination match. Whoever loses is out. So both with a very conservative approach to this game. I'm not sure why we see X-Wings coming in if this is Tech 2. There are certainly better things to build, especially if there's Boba. Like, dropping X-Wings into a Boba is pretty much suicide, even though I don't see the bomb being dropped right now. I don't know if he forgot about it or if he just wants to spare it for later. And it looks like the missile turrets are actually doing some work. Really nice. Yeah, and Gamma's down to 1 mine. It starts looking kind of bad. More X-Wings. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of continuing to use X-Wings when you are Tech 2, when there's so much better things like Han Solo. Use the Millennium Falcon. Corellian Corvettes, I was about to say, but we see the counterpart here. Oh, waiting for Gamma. Okay, it's just a short hiccup. But yeah, the Tartan will be able to defend here. He's going to the right now instead, but will cross the range of the turret, who is turning now. 1 X-Wing down. Two X-Wings down. 4 X-Wings down. 5 X-Wings down. On the left side, we see the Acclimator moving on, going towards the mine. It's not in vision yet. You see the circle can mentally complete it. Go for the turret first, okay. Oh, it's actually going through the asteroids and the Nebulon, and Han is coming in, so that's a stout defense. And if Han focuses the bombers, which he does, the Nebulon shouldn't... Oh, it actually did lose a hardpoint. That's actually pretty... Yeah. Maybe he should have called in Han first, killed the bombers, and only then dropped the Nebulon. That would have been a bit smarter in that position. Because the Acclimator is now just gonna get shredded by the Nebulon. And now it hurts him a little bit that he went to the right to attack the turret as opposed to going to the left and attacking the mine, because I feel like he might have actually managed to kill the mine with the bombers and with the Acclimator with powder weapons. But like it stands, the mine survived, was successfully defended. On the other side, we have an actually tiny little attack coming here. Losing 2 bombers initially. And Han's coming to intercept that attack. Take a look at the left side, we have the Nebulon moving up. And now it's nice that this is a missile defense satellite, because this one can actually do damage to the Nebulon. And the Nebulon is starting out with only 1 turbo laser battery, so the second turbo laser should go down soon. So that is very nice. Let's take a look at the shield generator, 68%. And Han is trying to defend against Boba. I would say the Han should probably attack the bombers first, maybe, but yeah. In the end, really whatever. And no, going through the asteroids is not the play. He does it regardless. Stops now, but his turning is taking damage. And the turret is keeping firing, so that was a wasted Nebulon there. Looked to me like he maybe just right-clicked on the mini-map and they just went where he clicked without any deliberate placement. Oh, I like that. Coordinated attack by the Y-Wings. Nothing ready to defend the Acclimator right now, but the Y-Wings are not really firing. What's happening? Nope. We see Boba dying, so Han did his job here. Is the Nebulon actually getting the mine? I'm so confused. I know it's moving to suicide and then asteroids. Did my job. Time to go. Goodbye. Farewell. Oh boy. And Mason actually aborted his attack on the sheet generator. He's now attacking other hardpoints, so the station is not really worried about the attack right now. The Nebulon is killing Acclimators. The bombers are helping. More X-Wings. I'm not sure why you build X-Wings at this point, but okay. Han is killing the bombers. So currently it looks like Gamma is actually successfully defending this. Okay. Alright, killing the bombers first. That's the right decision. Bomber down. But it's not firing at the Acclimator. Okay. Oh, there's a Nebulon. And the attack is thwarted. More Acclimators, but if you send them in one by one now, they're just gonna die, right? No, that is something. Now, nobody of these players actually gave an attack command to their units, so they're not really facing each other, not really using all of their hardpoints. Which means that the Nebulon is actually not getting through the shields. Another... Oops, waiting for Gamma, I guess. Yep. Hope it's not a problem. Yeah. Another thing is that the Nebulon is actually firing at the concussion missile launcher right at the tip of the unit. So there's a lot of shots that actually miss to the left here. If he would shoot at the hangar, for example, or at the concussion proton torpedo launcher, then much more of the fire would actually hit. This is a little micro thing you can do if you target shields, because you don't really care what hardpoint you are firing at. If you just want to get through the shields, so fire at something in the middle of the ship so you actually hit it. GG's called, yeah, he has successfully defended the station, but in the long term he's just gonna lose out, yeah. Not really anything he can do. So, yeah, first one goes to ComradeMason, who got map control early on. Yeah, Mason got the early lead, and Gamma failed to attack the top right mine, which, yeah, put him on the back foot really, because he lost middle left, he didn't attack top right successfully, and that was that. I've just gotten a DM by somebody who wants to co-commentate. Let's see whether that is a thing that will happen. All right. And I'm joined by the Senate, who's already been active in the chat. But yeah, why not commentate? Hello.
Yeah, why not? GG.
Yeah, welcome. So I gather you have actually watched the previous match. So what do you think of that? What are your thoughts?
I think they both had some good ideas, but in the end, I think it was Mason or who won?
Yeah, Mason
I'm not
won.
sure. Okay.
Empire.
In the end, I think Mason won because he had the control over the mines, and the rebel player, I forgot his name, was not able to regain control of that and couldn't build any more units. So it was just a matter of time if he loses. Until he loses.
It was a very slow burn, but it went in the same direction right from the start, right? Because Mason was able to get top right, top left, and he was able to get middle. There was this point where Gamma didn't attack the mine while it was going up, even though there were X-Wings right beside it.
Yeah, and I feel like he could easily got bottom right because it was undefended, and then he could maybe send one Corvette to the top because there was also no turret or units. So he could have got some mines.
Yeah, I felt like the Tech 2 decision-making from both players was a bit questionable.
I mean, they were both sitting on a stockpile of money the whole time.
That, and then also that, for example, Gamma decided to build a lot of X-Wings in Tech 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Basically, his first unit in Tech 2 was an X-Wing. Oh, I have this new tech level, all these new options, let's build the old one.
Spam X-Wings.
Exactly.
Can you actually stream the match, or should I join you?
Yeah, we had some connection trouble. I was thinking about that, so I'm just going to stream it on Discord for you.
Okay.
That should be safer.
Yeah, I saw that.
And we have a Bothawi pick. Interesting.
And this like the same picks that happened in the earlier match before today between Thrawn and Rock.
Did they play Castle though?
No, but Bothawi and Rock Castle, and then Thrawn went straight for Empire.
Yep, that's true.
Oh, the stream got paused?
Yeah, because I'm also tapping out to fill out the overlay.
Okay.
So, Bothawi, what are your thoughts on that map?
I think it's pretty easy to start as Rebels because you nearly always get a turret up. But it's also good to play for Empire because you can just easily get map control, since the Rebel player has to build like 2 turrets on the base mine and 1 on the bottom, and his base mine too. And he has to attack your base mine, so he's spread thin most of the times, and as the Empire player you can just try to sneak in 1 mine in the middle or take control over the top left. So I think it depends.
Yeah. Again, a bit of a slow start, so it starts looking to me like these players are not really using hotkeys.
Yeah.
Which would be one of the next logical steps if you're actively trying to get better, because it just takes away a lot of your time and effort if you don't need to click tiny buttons with your mouse, but can just twitch with 1 finger.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we see both players going for their base mine, though the Rebel player actually uses the first built unit to go there so that he's quick on the other sides, and he should be able here. Mason should be able to build turrets on both sides, so let's keep an eye on that. Top turret goes up. Obviously, the camera's on the other side, laser. And on bottom, we see another laser turret.
Oh, okay.
Laser for the base turret for the Empire too, and on the Rebel basement, there is nothing really happening.
Also, he has his X-Wings chilling down there. Maybe you should send them to the middle. Or otherwise, maybe he wants to defend.
He actually goes for the mine. That is really risky because you have to kind of expect that Empire is going there in the beginning, right? But
Yeah, that's ballsy, yeah.
But it seems to be working out because Gamma is not really going there. We see a lot of TIE fighters coming in here at the top. And we see one TIE fighter going to the middle, to the center of the map, but there's nothing really going to the bottom side of the map. So that might actually, yeah, pay out.
Look at the mid below, at the mid right mine. It's getting sneaked in by Gamma.
Oh, no, that's...
And because Mason didn't build the missile turret, you can see that.
And also because he just stayed there with his X-Wing instead of sending it out to scout.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so top, we have a lot more TIE fighters coming in. Wow. So
Yeah.
Gamma is going all in at that top point, but there is the rebel turret, so it's not really that effective if he tries to dogfight there.
It's kind of a suicide move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what have we here? Another laser turret. Oh, you were just talking about it. A missile turret would have been nice, but now he sees the mine anyway. Goes there with his X-Wing, and he's like, oh.
Double damage.
It was right in front of his nose. Starting units for the Empire already coming back.
And the X-Wing on the base mine of the Rebel player is still there. He's just chilling there.
Hey,
Do
Hannah,
nothing.
welcome to the chat. Yeah, would you look at that? Enhanced shielding level 1. No weapons upgrade. We have meta-defying strategies here. All right. But that's what I like about the miners. You have no idea what's going to happen. It's really entertaining.
Yeah, every match can be different in a funny way.
It's a bag of everything, and you pick something, and then you look at it and go like, oh, that's a thing I haven't seen before.
But right now, I would say the Rebel player has maybe the upper hand because he has like 3 turrets and he has his mine protected. While the mine in the middle, oh, okay, never mind, there's another one. Yeah,
yeah, it has worked out in the bottom, and why shouldn't it work out in the top too, right? I mean, Mason has vision with his X-Wing, but he's not doing anything about the mine. So, looks like they have some secret, I don't know. Maybe
but
they
at least he got the mine upgrade. Yeah.
If I don't go bottom, you don't take that mine, okay?
Yeah, this is like the FOC chats in multiplayer. Give us this mine.
Right. Yeah, if you see multiplayer. Okay, 20 minutes, no attack, okay? I'm so happy that this is not a feature in this game. Like some of, especially the older RTSs sometimes just had these peace treaty settings, like if you think of Age of Empires, for example.
I was just playing that, then I saw there's a stream, and then I thought, why not join you?
Oh, nice segue.
And I think it's more entertaining right now watching those two.
So Gamma actually hard committed on the turret, but he's just about not getting it down, right? Oh, it's so close.
It's like 1 HP turret now.
But the TIE fighters, when they miss the X-Wings, maybe they hit the turret instead? It has shields again. Shields going down again. Sorry, I can't show you anything else. The Rebel baseman has just died, but...
Oh, like again?
But that turret, I need to know.
That's so funny. No, there's another TIE.
You can do it. Oh, that's it. That's the damage, right?
Yeah, no, it's...
Nice.
Yeah, finally.
All right, so what happened down here? I would assume there is a bomber involved.
Would say so too.
Yep, but Mason is already defending, spawning in a couple of X-Wings. And starting units also coming back, so that's very nice. So, you are right that Mason had a much better start, had much better map control, had a nice situation here at the top where Gamma was throwing away so many TIE fighters. But now with Gamma having 2 of these mines in the middle, he is sitting on 3 mines as opposed to 1.5 that Mason has right now. So he should be able to afford Tech 2 to a 4th mine, to afford, taking this match into Tech 2 territory to get Boba Fett, which is a really strong unit on this map because everything is rather close together.
What really concerns me is that Mason had vision the whole time on the mid-right mine, and he didn't do anything. Even now, he's flying away or dogfighting.
Yeah, very weird priorities here by Mason in this game. In the last game, it looked like he had a better priority decision making, and this time it's kind of switched around, right? Seems like Gamma has the better ideas going for the enemy base mine.
Look at this. Top left got built by a Gamma 2.
Yeah, that's what I meant by fourth mine a bit earlier.
Ah, okay.
So he's now sitting on the fourth, but he has no mining upgrades. I mean, if you have enough mines, you don't need that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And now going for the pirates, because pirates are important.
I mean, he has like 8k now. But since it's the miners, I don't know if it's taking or if it's just sitting on the cash.
It's kind of hard to follow the cash in the miners, because in the majors, you know, if you see 2,000 credits, then they will probably take. And in the miners, you just don't know. Can't really expect a lot. And he's still not attacking the mines.
Maybe he's thinking right now, damn, I'm rich. I'm gonna keep that for a while.
Right. Yeah. Space station level 2. This would be a prime target for Boba Fett, I would say.
Yeah, but I actually think... Oh, wait. Now there comes an IPV. I was just about to say, I think this is pretty much over. But since the last matches were played and we saw some great turns, it could be possible, because now he destroyed one mine. If he goes top left, he can destroy that too. But I think there's Boba incoming now.
Bottom first, right? He should deactivate the power to weapons ability, though. Because he's just depleting all his shields.
Yeah.
Boba has been coming in top, and is Boba just flying right in front of the IPV?
Oh, yeah. He is.
Took a lot of damage there, but it was only the shields. For now.
Oh, another IPV?
IPVs are units that can be built in the pirate dock here. So that's why he has them on Tech 1, because it's independent of the techs. And yeah, there's the seismic charge. Boom, very nice.
Rip X-Wings.
But look at that, look at the damage. IPVs have a huge damage multiplier against Boba Fett.
Oh, there goes Boba.
Ouch.
But there is an acclimator right now.
And you know what's really strong against IPVs?
The bombers.
Turbo lasers.
Ah, true, yeah. Okay,
Actually
but
got the
another
mine.
mine gun.
Yep. And... Okay, IPV's done. Another IPV. I don't know, why would you call in an IPV against an acclimator?
I don't know. Good question.
IPV, weak against something that looks like an acclimator, I guess. It's close enough. Another acclimator. Yeah, looks like Gamma has actually, taken back the driver's seat here.
I think he didn't give an attack order to the second acclimator.
Nope, it's using the Thrawn signature tactic. I don't know if you remember that stream.
Yeah.
I can't miss any shot with my right side hardpoints if I don't shoot. 100% accuracy. Waiting for Gamma for a moment there. And taking a look up here. The same Gamma is already building the mine again.
Ah, now he goes for the basement. Oh, look at that. He built the mid turrets. GG. Okay, there's the second G. He actually tagged up and caused GG before he actually reached Tech 2. But yeah, there's so much space pizza on the field, he can't really do anything. Yeah.
GG. Very nice.
So it's 1-1 now, right?
It's 1-1 now in this best of 5, which effectively makes this into a best of 3. Okay,
I think that's the thing Ormi said before today in the other match.
Romantic says, ultimately Mason has missed out on the benefits of the laser turrets on the left and right side. His conservative approach saw him treat them more as a defensive structure, as opposed to their use to cancel out opponents' ability to build mines. That's a very valid point, and you said that too, Senate, that if you build a missile turret as the secondary structure there, then you get in range of the middle mine. So you effectively expand the area you cover to these middle mines, and then there would have been no way that Gamma would have been able to sneak these mines in and keep them alive for so long. At least not the bottom one, if they're... I guess he built the mine before the second turret got up, though, if we have to be terribly honest.
Yeah, he did. But at least at the right mine, he definitely had vision, like a few minutes maybe. So he knew about that, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah,
and then...
Yeah. No, sorry, go
then
ahead.
he just... it's okay. Then he just sneaked in the other mine, and yeah.
Right.
I think that took him a while to discover that.
So we have seen both players now once. In the first game, it was Mason, and in the second one, it was Gamma. Just ignoring mines right in front of their noses. We have Endor, and I guess he keeps it Empire.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm just gonna ask him, so it's all in order here, because the map pick goes first, and then you can decide your faction. Yeah. I guess saying nothing can be seen as a yes in this case. We've seen 2 Empire wins now, but I felt like the second game, the Bothelby game, could have easily been a Rebel win.
Yeah, I agree. If he had discovered the mines, or at least engaged them a little bit earlier, then he would have won that, I think so.
Yeah.
Also, in the moment he said GG, I mean, it looked like it was over, but the top mine was undefended, and I think he also had the bottom mine. He maybe could have destroyed it from behind with like a bomber, if he would micro that. So I think there would have been a chance of coming back, even if it's small. Yeah.
He was behind like 20k credits.
Okay. I mean, there were
really
like 3 acclamators.
Right. We've seen actually a lot of Rebel wins on Endor in the minors. So this might be a good shot for Gamma, who's going for the, let's say, for the castle start here, going for both of the base mines.
That's kind of interesting, because normally you see the Rebel player always go mid because you arrive there first and build the turret. But in this case, okay, now he goes to the middle.
Yep, we have a, what is it, laser turret going up. And
yeah,
on the top right we have the mine. Now Gamma sends his starting units into the nebula. In the nebula, this is an iron nebula, so the X-Wings lose their shields. Are at a disadvantage in here. He sees the turret and he attacks the turret. Very nice. Should have done that with the mine in the last game. Second mine going up for Mason. So, yeah. What do you think about these starts?
I think they both definitely had the right idea, but Mason did it a bit better by building the turret. And now keep the X-Wings in the dogfight so they can get shot. But what I'm missing a little bit is... Okay, that's a nice thing of Gamma, what he does now. He checks the mine if it's up, and he now sees it, so he can destroy it. Since Mason is busy with the dogfight, I think so. Yeah, now he moves his fighters in.
And
there comes the bomber. Yeah.
And now if Mason doesn't pay attention, then Gamma can actually do a lot of damage with these Y-Wings. Are the Y-Wings firing at the ties? Yeah, they actually... So
I think they got dragged into the dogfight there.
No, it didn't look like that. It looked like an attack command, actually. So he must have misclicked and accidentally clicked the TIE fighters.
But at least he's microing them a bit.
And by attacking bottom left, he actually had to let off of the pressure on the middle. And now, ComradeMason is building his base in there.
Yeah, that looks pretty solid.
Gamma was able to destroy the bottom left mine, so he's at a little bit of an advantage in terms of income right now until the middle mine goes up.
He's also sitting on 2k.
He's sitting on 2k. And he's sitting on 2 mines he could actually just take up. Just say, this is hard to attack because of the turret and everything, let's just use Tech 2 units instead. Because Gamma, Mason, in this case, isn't really attacking anything, right? He's just
Yeah.
consolidating his position in the middle, trying to rebuild bottom, but on the right side we have these rebel structures who have never seen an enemy. Which
Yeah,
have
I
never seen
mean,
an enemy.
he could easily take out top right.
Oh,
And
that's
now he decided to build the third turret in the mid, so that's going to be hard to kill. On tech 1 at least.
exactly. Oh, okay. Mine goes up in the bottom. The attack was repelled. 4k credits now for Gamma. Yep, I think tacking up now is probably the best call.
So he bought something, so I don't think he's taking,
Yeah,
but he should definitely do that.
because now that there's nothing attacking Mason, Mason is feeling safe enough to actually attack. You see it on the minimap. He's now moving over with everything. A little bit of an interception going on here from Gamma.
Oh,
what
he
is this?
managed to activate the S-Faults? Oh, okay. Y-Wings?
Would you look at that? If he micros them correctly to stay out of the range of the turrets, that could be really strong.
Come on, come on, go back. Go back.
Oh, he is actually going back, but a little bit too late. He made the detour around the mine. Maybe one of the Y-Wings actually survives here.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh.
That's a weird attack. We have huge dogfight, but we have bombers. So that's always
Two
nice.
squadrons for one mine, okay.
Invisible bombers too, but...
He wants to make sure the mine dies.
Exactly. Nothing down here. And this looks like a dead mine to me. Now, almost 7k credits for Gamma.
If I was Mason, I would just go for the supply dock right now.
With the bombers?
Or
Oh
maybe-
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But he goes back.
Including the bombers.
Yeah.
Waiting for Gamma, I suspect. Yep. So it looks like he has some, yeah, pauses in his connection.
Oh, but Gamma is getting the mine.
Finally. Wow, that was some work. And he's flying right through the range of the turret in going away.
But the funny thing about it, about the middle is Mason fortified the middle, but Gamma didn't check once after that.
So you mean Gamma doesn't even know?
Yeah, I think so.
That's actually entirely possible, yep. I think Gamma is rebuilding his top mine. We keep an eye on that on the minimap. And yeah, next target, bottom mine. Yep, top mine goes up.
Gamma just swapped in X-Wings, and they both have nearly 6k. Oh, okay. So Mason was the first to tag, yeah. Agree with that?
Yeah, I think it's actually really weird how Mason was the first one to tag when Gamma was in a much better position to do so in the first place. He will even get double damage in here, right?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe even the bombers can get double damage. He shows them his back.
This is frustrating for me. It was such a
Yeah,
nice
it is.
idea. Use Boba to defend. And then he just didn't.
Now players are both down to one line, but I would say that Mason still has an advantage because of his tech and because of the 3 turrets in the middle.
And because Gamma is opting to defend with X-Wings against Boba Fett, which will not work out. Be the case that we are back. Now, we have a sync error here effectively now.
Oh yeah.
And I don't have a mouse in game. That's a problem too.
See it now.
Exit.
Oh, first the invisible bombers, now the invisible mouse.
Usually
Just gets
a mouse.
better.
There it is. I got my mouse back. Nice.
Still invisible for me on the stream.
Yeah, I think we have to give this one to Mason. I don't think there is a way back for Gamma.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna DM them on the Discord that we are back in order.
I mean, there was basically no way for Mason with Tech 1 units to kill the mine in the middle. Or at least without spending his whole cash.
You mean Gamma, probably. You mean the Rebel player, right?
Yes, yeah. And also, Mason had Boba on the fields, so yeah, and Gamma had no Han.
Welcome back. hard
Yeah.
and throw hard multiple times for Gamma to come back in this game. So
I agree on that. Was he still Tech 1?
Gamma was still Tech 1, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right. Game 4. Let's enter the results real quick. We had Mason win the second one, which propels him to a 2-1 lead. Oh, I'm back with the chat. The connection works. Oh, isn't it nice when the internet works? Alrighty. All right, game 4 then is the high seed map into low seed faction. If Mason wins again, he has this in the back, but at the same time, he doesn't have the faction pick right now, and we've seen so far that the Empire seems to be the stronger faction for these players. So
Yeah,
Gamma
true.
having the Empire pick now gives him the advantage in that regard. But I feel like Geonosis is a map where you can totally win with Rebels, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. That's true too. I agree. I think it really depends what you build. So if you overspend on turrets, like you have basically no units, then it's impossible. But if you don't build every single turret on this map, it should definitely be possible to win that as Rebels.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes the Minors playstyle of not really attacking your base mine, your opponent's base mine at the start, really helps the Rebel side because they get more money to get more closer to that critical mass of X-Wings. And especially on a map like this, that can actually be, really nice.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see how this goes. If they will attack the base mine and if someone will go for the pirates.
Right, there are pirates on this map in the corner.
So we could see another IPV.
Or 2 or 100. Let's see what Mason does at the start. He has the match point now. And he starts by going to the middle and going to the space mines. Same thing for... Oh, Gamma's actually going to the bottom corner first.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
That's indeed an interesting start. And now let's look whether he goes for the pirates or for the middle. He goes for the middle of the map instead. All right, but we already see Mason coming straight for the enemy basement. I feel like Geonosis is the map where minor players tends to be the first map where they pick up this hyper-aggressive playstyle, right?
Yeah. Was also in my case, the case. So yeah, I think this is the first map where you really learn to play EAW because it's so I wouldn't say easy, but simple to play.
It's straightforward.
In comparison.
Yeah.
So Empire gets the turrets. Oh, and Empire gets a mine in the middle. Okay.
I'm not really sure why Mason just came out of the nebula here. Because he doesn't have the pirate dog. Maybe
he was like, I'm getting the pirates, and then he thought attack the mine and came back.
Yeah, but now we have a Y-Wing, we have X-Wings, we have a nice attack on the Empire base mine. However,
but watch the middle.
Gamma has already prepared for that and built 2 more. And he's actually 1 bottom right, so there's a turret now going up. Where usually you see a rebel turret, but because Mason didn't stop here with his X-Wing to build the turret, but instead he flew on, lost control over the building pad, so he couldn't build anything until the Empire player arrived. So pretty unnecessarily threw away the control over the bottom right.
But Gamma still didn't attack Mason's base mine, so that's still alive. But he will soon have 4 mines. So if Mason doesn't do anything really quick, it's
Wait,
over,
why is this 4 mines? Why is the base mine not down?
I don't know. I just looked at the minimap and realized it then.
There were 3 X-Wings and 1 Y-Wing.
So the Y-Wing got destroyed, but the X-Wings just came back.
Damn.
And now Gamma is going for Mason's base mine. And maybe he will destroy that.
Mason's going for the pirates. Bombers. I like that these players incorporate bombers into their strategies. They have... Oh, it's circling.
And invisible.
Yeah, but it's at the edge of the map. It might fix itself.
Yeah.
Oh, it's circling in the other direction. Yeah, here in the center it's a bit difficult for the rebel pilots because they also have to dodge all these missiles coming in. But something else that's coming in is an IPV.
Ah, okay, nice. Good call. Is he attacking the mine or is he shooting the ties?
He's not officially attacking the mine, but he's hitting the mine because it's in the way.
Uh-huh.
So it kinda does the job, I guess.
Seems like this.
But yeah, Mason is out of mines. He is out of money, 750. He will soon be out of X-Wings because they are still being shot down by all these missiles. And
I think he doesn't even know about bottom rights. Oh, another IPV?
at least he didn't check bottom right. I mean, he can assume that Gamma has something there. I'm a bit afraid that the IPVs might actually run to the range of the missile turret here if they are not careful.
Yeah.
The range goes right to, I don't know, a bit further than the mines.
Yeah. Oh, the bomber attacking the IPV. And the second mine is still alive. So he didn't shoot that. And the left IPVs nearly do nothing.
The bomber
Just
actually
shooting
survived. Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Coming back for another
just
one.
staring at a rock. Being shot at, and this one is looking away too.
Yeah, now Gamma has like 8k.
Gamma has his base mine again. If he builds it, he has the money to do so, but Mason has the base mine again, but Gamma's already on the way. If you look at the TIE fighter here, I think this is just like before, just fixes itself, yep. Yeah, Gamma being on the way, if he doesn't stop here, he will find the mine and then Mason cannot build it. And if he does, it's, yeah, almost suicidal for the mine. We have the first IPV almost down, but there are still a few TIE fighters hanging on by a thread.
Now he brings in another one. I mean, he has the money, so that's not the problem.
Yeah, and the IPV doesn't have shields because it still has the power to weapons on.
Oh, yeah, and it's gonna
dead
die
now.
right
Yep.
now.
Sometimes it's better to deactivate that ability with your IPVs. Because sometimes if you live longer, you do more damage. Because if you're dead, you do no damage.
And he's still just chilling there and not shooting the mine.
Yeah, he's now cleared out his basement, so he can build that now. But it's really the only target right now for Gamma, apart from that IPV in the center. So I would assume that Gamma will be going there soon. Maybe he's teching. He's sitting on 10k credits almost.
Yeah, I hope so. He's taking, but I could imagine that.
Yeah.
And now finally he starts shooting the mine in the middle.
Yeah, we had
wait.
Mason check bottom right, but now he realizes, whoops, that's changed since the last time I was here. And I really like what Gamma is doing here, flying from side to side on the IPV.
The IPV got just destroyed by a missile.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, by flying side to side, the IPV can't really hit the, hit the, what's it called? TIE fighters. Hit the TIE fighters. Bramatic says Mason needs to work on Rebels. It has really cost him so many winning positions in these minor playoffs, and yep, I would have to agree. I don't think he has won a single Rebels game in the playoffs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't remember one off the top of my head.
So the Rebel base mine goes up, but I think Gamma is already incoming. Yeah, there he comes. And also he contests the pirates, seems like this.
Yep, there's a dogfight now, so nobody has the pirates now. No more IPVs. Right when he calls GG, actually. Okay, right when he calls GG.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. He concedes. He has one thing going for him, though. He is the high seed, and he has the faction pick in the last one. So he can just be lazy and, well, quote unquote lazy, and yeah, go Empire. Go to his strong faction. Should I just enter Empire already?
Yeah, you could do that. I think
Let's
so.
just enter Empire.
I think you would be fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm curious if Mason is going to win now.
From the
Because
past 4 games, I would say it is the most likely outcome. Because we have seen 4 Empire victories. Yes.
whoever gets Empire wins. That's just like FOC if 2 players are nearly on a similar level. So the one who gets cons wins because of the
Kind of.
buster.
Yeah. Only that in FOC that holds true for all skill levels because cons are just broken. And in EW it's more that one faction is just a lot harder to play in terms of mechanics.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true.
Pick Dantooine, and even before the pick, we have the Empire. All right.
Yeah, that was fast.
But Dantooine is the map where we have seen the single most rebel victories in the minors in terms of faction balance. So I think Gamma has set himself up for a nice shot at success in this 5th game, in this best of 5, in this deciding game. I think Dantooine is the right map pick here.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a strategy on Dantooine because as the Empire player you can get everywhere and have an eye on every mine easily. But as the Rebel player, you need to split up and check everything, but still be able to, like building a blob of X-Wings. So that's kind of hard to manage, maybe in the minors.
All right, this looks much better. We are in, and let's take a look at the Empire start for a change. We see Mason going for the top left and for the right side, and we have the same start that Sky Guy did yesterday with going for the right side first, but he bonks the Nebula completely here. I know, where's his move command going? It was like here, okay. And looks like he's going for the base mine turret 2 here on the Rebel side. On the Empire side, we have the first built TIE fighter coming in to get the base mine complex here, while at the same time he builds the left side mine, where the Rebel player is only now starting to go over there at all. Empire base mine, laser turret, Rebel base mine, laser turret. Little dogfight on the bottom right.
Because he dodged the Nebula and didn't dodge the Nebula, the Empire player, oh my god, it's a bit too late. The Empire player nearly arrives at the same time, so he has to dogfight now. Okay,
oh, this can be dangerous. If Gamma builds that mine, it will instantly be destroyed, right? But he's careful, he doesn't build it, he sees the TIE fighters now.
And again, middle doesn't get contested.
Yep, everybody too scared to go for that middle mine. No up. Oh, there's the weapon upgrade. Okay, I was just about to say no upgrades. What's happening? Yep, we have the weapons upgrade for the rebels. Not the shield upgrade first, like we saw on. I think it was it Endor?
Yeah, I think so.
Now Gamma going for the middle.
Nice. But Mason won the dogfight on the left and can now build this mine, and then go after that for the basement of Gamma.
Indeed, indeed. And nice clairvoyance here from Mason. He goes for the middle right after Gamma does.
Oh, and he builds it.
Yep. What a timing, and look at that.
Yeah, now he's coming for the middle. Oh,
oh, they're turning away.
Oh,
are they
no.
turning to it? Bit indecisive? Okay.
And he gets double damage. Nice.
Nice. Thank you, Carson, for the +1. I take that. But yeah, that just shows that the overlay works, because that was the idea with the overlay. That you have the information on screen. That is just much more enjoyable to watch, to look back. What were the bands again? And then you can just see it on screen.
Oh, and we have the same situation again. Oh no. Gamma just built the mine, and now Mason will destroy it.
Mason's greedy. He wants to destroy that X-Wing instead.
He has to get out of that dogfight.
Is Gamma actually leading him towards the mine right now? Yes, he is.
Oh.
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
That's a mistake, because now you have led him right to where you don't want to have him. And that is a mine that he can do double damage on.
So that puts Mason actually in a pretty good situation now.
True.
With having like 2 mines, maybe he builds mid. And he has kind of map control because Gamma, I think he only has his starting units maybe at the moment, or at least 2 squads.
I think the starting units are just coming back, so that would
Ah,
be
okay,
two other squads, 2 squads that he actually bought.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's looking absolutely dire for Gamma. He had a very slow start with the Nebula crossing. He didn't go for the left side at all in the beginning.
Now he checks it and sees its belt.
At least he has Y-Wings ready, that is nice. And the laser turret is not going to reach that.
No.
And then he had the middle mine getting destroyed immediately, he had the bottom mine getting destroyed immediately.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate.
And now this X-Wings are circling, so even though the mine is almost down, he's not doing damage on it right now. Both are circling, actually.
Oh man.
Oh man, it doesn't work, but he has the base mine still.
And at least he looks like he's able to destroy the top left mine right now. One more pass, then it should be done.
He fixed the circling, but it's not going to be enough damage. I think the X-Wings are going to die now.
Yeah.
But not if the TIE fighters actually stop shooting at them. Well, now they are back on it. Okay.
I think now he sees the middle, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Found the middle mine, but yeah, it's one X-Wing, one other X-Wing that is being shot at, so...
And plus Gamma is already at building bottom right, and now comes to defend. Nice move.
The reinforcements have arrived.
Yeah.
No engine upgrade, but it's still, with these numbers, it's enough.
Oh, and Mason even... he's attacking the turret.
Yes.
Ouch.
He's thrown away the Y-Wings. Just imagine if he would have just used the Y-Wings to sneak around, and finish off this mine. That would be nice.
Yeah. Oh, and now Mason tagged as well.
So we will see Boba Fett in a moment. Bottom mine is completed just now, so it's 4 mines for Mason.
Yeah, that's over, definitely.
Yeah, we will need to talk factions with these players, because it looks like they didn't put in the work they needed to play Rebels. It's not like you need to have hundreds of hours of practice to play Rebels, right? But there's a couple of things that you need to sit down and learn and practice. Like microing your S-foils so that you use your speed advantage, for example. And if you're not doing that, then you are at a disadvantage. And if you then lose because of that, then ultimately I guess that's your fault then in a tournament setting.
He's dogfighting with his Y-Wings, but I guess it's not so dumb because he's building the top left mine.
Buying a bit of time. We see Boba coming in the middle, trying to defend that mine, and will probably successfully do so.
Against one X-Wing squad, yeah. Oh man. 4 X-Wings.
Is he just sitting inside of the mine? Because usually Boba flies around the mine. Interesting. Nice pathfinding. Haven't seen that in a while.
And now top left got up. But I think Boba is going there. Yeah.
And a Tartan cruiser coming in. Builds the mine. Isn't that a happy boy? Look at him.
Enemy space station has been
Another Tartan. Take 2 for the rebels though, and he has a bit of money. But the map situation is just so much against him that I don't really see a way. But never say never. It's game 5. Everything can happen.
Yeah, that's true. And I think he just cancelled something a few seconds ago. Maybe he's going for Han, I don't know. Or maybe even a Nebulon.
Currently he's building X-Wings. Like he did on Kessel, I think it was.
Yeah.
Wait. I did hear the R2-D2 sounds, but I don't see any notification on my Twitch app here in front of me, so I'm not really sure what happened. But thank you, awesome person, for whatever that was. That's weird.
So now also both have the double mine upgrade.
We have X-Wings attacking the station. It's not gonna work, my friend. You need now Gamma needs to just systematically kill all the mines, and then he needs to win the unit battles. This is his two-step plan to get the victory in this one. All right, let's see if I can get the Twitch app to update. Stout Barley has followed us. That was the beeping sound. Okay, now I know. Must be in connection with the internet outage from earlier.
Yeah. Bram wrote game over. Gamma will have to pull off a miracle stronger than his rival's J comeback to win this now. Yeah, agreed.
Agreed. Isn't that funny? There's this one missile just endlessly following Han.
Imagine you have like a 1 HP Boba and this happens to you.
Oh.
I mean, with Han, if you get a 1 HP Han, you can just activate the ability and tank that, but with Boba that isn't possible.
Yeah.
Now he's going... Is he going for the station? Oh...
Gamma
this
is
gonna
making
work?
a huge mistake right now. He's trying to defend the station, but he cannot defend the station against 4 mines or 5 mines.
Yeah.
What he would need to do is destroy the mines first, and then maybe come back to defend the station. But as long as Mason has income from that amount of mines, there is no way that he can actually defend that.
I mean, he still has like 6k, that's more than 2 acclimators right now.
Yep.
And even if he gets to destroy or manage to destroy the mines, it would be hard because maybe it would be like 8 to 10k, maybe 11 then. So yeah, I think this is definitely over.
Oh, I would have loved a big comeback, but it doesn't look like it's happening.
Yeah, me too.
Shields are down. The TIE fighters actually did it with the shields.
And this Nebulon is just chilling over there,
Can somebody
shooting at the TIEs.
Can somebody hop in single player and just test how many TIE fighters do you need to get through the Tech 2 shields? Because maybe that's actually viable. I don't know.
I think that works, but you need maybe like 10 or 12.
Because you already need like 7 or 8 for the Tech 1 station, so I would assume that we need like 15 or something. Maybe if you have Boba, then you don't need as many.
Okay, and that's a concession now.
GG. Indeed. Huh. And what about this? Empire 5-0. Alright. And with that Nebulon dying, let's hit the exit button here. And yeah, let's update the scoreboard to that 3-2 victory for Comrade Mason. And then let's get the players into here for a little bit of a chat with them. Pragmatic, yeah. That's kind of the same with casting. I don't know if you've noticed, but whenever I predict somebody to do something, they just do the opposite. It's cursed. All right. Alrighty here. Nice match. 3-2. Nothing close. Very open up until the end. Yeah, let's talk about it. Maybe give me a second to activate the Discord overlay on the stream so that the people actually see who's who when we are talking. Yep, Discord is what I want. And I want this part. Nice. All right. Yeah, congratulations, Mason. You made it through. You tend to produce these 3-2 victories. And in the end, you pull through.
Well, mostly because I play better as the Empire.
Yeah, this is definitely a topic that the Senate and I were planning to talk about because we had 5 Empire victories again. And yeah, we have seen this a couple times in the group stages as well as here now that I would say, and I don't mean that in any offending way, but below a certain mechanical skill level, the Empire just seems to be the favorite faction, right? It just seems to be so much easier to do well with Empire.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's a lot less to micromanage, for sure. you can just kind of throw TIE fighters at any problem in the beginning, which is nice.
Exactly. Yeah, so maybe let's go through the games in order. The first one was Kessel, and we had the instant Empire lock-in. And in the majors, Kessel is usually referred to as a rebel-sided map, but I felt like the start that you did there, Mason, was pretty interesting, that you went straight for the middle to get that turret and that mine up. Were you afraid at that point that Gamma was just going to show up there with X-Wings and just destroy the mine and build up?
Well, I noticed he attacked on the bottom left, so I thought he had a tendency to focus on his the first engagement he actually comes to in multiplayer maps. That's one thing I noticed. So just because of that, I thought he might not reinforce fast enough there. And even if he did, you know, if the engagement were prolonged, the turret would just eat away at his fighters. So
Yeah,
I,
so Gamma was your you arrived there in the middle, you built your base mine on the left side first, and then you arrived there in the middle, and then suddenly boom, Empire is there. So how did that play out for you?
I don't know. I mean, I was surprised when I got there, but wasn't really ready for it, I guess.
Yeah, because I think if you would have just initially retargeted your X-Wings onto the mine, you could have done a lot of double damage. That would have probably been the better play. But in that moment, you opted to do the dogfight instead, and then the turret got up and everything. So I feel like that was actually pretty much a crucial point in that game, because you both had a lot of income for the entire game, but that one point in the center of the map was in favor of Mason, and then it swung more and more in his favor over the course of the game. I don't know if you experienced that in the same way, but it looked like that from the outside, Gamma.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Then, Mason, you won the first one, and now you have the map pick. And what do? You pick Bothawy. Did you prepare something special for that map? What made you pick Bothawy as your first map pick?
well, it was actually just the first map that came into my head.
Honestly, that's sometimes the correct thing to do, because if it's the map that comes to your head, then it means that the map is firmly anchored in your mind and in your brain, and you know what to do, right?
That's true. Yes. Yeah. I did. I was more comfortable with that map for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, nothing too. Yeah.
Yeah, and Gamma, what was your reaction when he picked Bothawy? Yay or nay?
I'm not too familiar with Balthawa, so I wasn't really sure how I felt right away, but
Well, it went pretty well. Maybe talk us through your perspective on that game.
I'm much more comfortable with Empire, so I was definitely a little more confident when I started it. And yeah, try to remember everything that happened during Balthawa.
You had the rebels had a really nice start with getting both of the turrets on the sides and actually completely uncontested on the bottom, while you Gamma hard committed on the top. But then, and that was really nice, you were able to sneak in both of these middle mines. Yeah, it just gave you that much income that you could actually successfully attack the base mine of Mason and then just swing the game around. Because at the beginning, we as a casters were actually like, wow, this looks like there's gonna be a rebel win. 3 bottom mine, had the turret at top, and actually at some point then you had vision of the middle mine in the bottom. But you never went to attack there, Mason. What happened there? You just sat beside it.
Yeah, I know. That was my mistake. I didn't. I should have attacked the middle when I had the chance. I don't know. I really don't know what I was doing there, actually.
Also, you had an X-Wing right next to the right middle mine, and it was building, so you had vision. And Lany and I were just like, oh, will he attack it? And you just kept dogfighting, so I think if you had attacked that, the mine
Yeah.
would have gone up then.
Yeah, I actually think that could have been the rebel win of the series.
Yeah.
It was definitely
Yeah,
the
I was
closest.
hoping it would be. I was hoping it would be, but
Obviously.
yeah,
Right.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but Gamma, yeah, you would have probably been very happy then going away with the 1-1. So you are in the game, in the match now. It's a best of 3 basically, and you have the map pick again. So you go for Endor, and I think you picked that map before, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
I feel like many players just like Endor because it's easy in terms of the layout. Do you both like the map?
I do. Yes.
I'm trying to remember. Endor. Is that the one with the 3 turrets in the?
It's the Iron Nebula in the middle, 3 turrets around it, a very small map.
Oh, yes, that's actually one of my favorite maps.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Yeah.
Now let me remember what happened on Endor. On Endor, I think the defining part on Endor really was that, again, and we have seen that so many times because it's really hard, that attack on the Empire base mine. The rebel attack on the Empire base mine. That's just so hard to do. Yeah, probably you've lost too many X-Wings there. What do you think, Gamma? Was that what broke the neck on that one?
Yeah, I believe it was probably that, yeah.
I mean, you even had Y-Wings, and it was kind of unfortunate. I think you microed them, but it was just a bit too late, so they came in range of the turret. If you had pulled them away a bit earlier, then it could have worked then.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because your idea was right there.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful
Yeah.
idea actually. Yeah, using these Y-wings and just staying out of range of the turret at the top side. But I think you tried to do the thing because they turned around after the mine, but they went around the mine once and then just were in range of the turret. That was a bit frustrating. But it wasn't too bad for you on the rebel side, honestly. You were sitting on like 8k credits at some point, had 2 mines that were not attacked, and yeah, it was open for a very long time, and only in the end it did swing around when Mason actually hit Tech 2 and was able to use Boba Fett and everything. So that was Endor. And then with a 2-1 lead, Mason, you go into the last one and you have to pick the map that can seal the deal. So tell us, what made you pick Geonosis in that? What made you think that picking Geonosis... Wait, I'm wrong. Am I wrong? No, I'm right.
No, you're right. You're right. Yes.
I'm right.
Yes.
Yeah, what makes you pick Geo in this situation when you think, like, I just need one more win? What map do I pick?
Well, Geonosis I thought would be a good pick because there's a lot of room to maneuver. I kind of like the kind of asymmetrical element of it quite a bit. Oh gosh, if I could just remember what it looked like. One sec.
Geonosis has the pirate dock in the top left. You have 2 mines in the middle, and in the bottom right, you have 1 mine fortified by 2 turret building paths.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Generally, I like to kind of do a sort of. I like to be offensive, but I also like to make use of turrets so that the other player who is playing aggressive should, run up against them with their fighters and find them destroyed.
Yeah.
So I found that I thought the map would work well for that, just because of the bottom right
Yeah.
bit. But
But then there was some shenanigans with the IPVs. That was really funny to watch.
oh yeah, yeah. I don't know what I was doing at the start there. Honestly, I should have honestly just been a bit more conservative and not charged my fighters all the way across the map and wasted a lot of time that I could have used to set up some mines and hopefully have a more favorable engagement, not next to the opponent's base.
Yeah, that, and then later you just kept losing IPVs to the enemy TIE fighters, and they had 1,200 credits each. So that was a lot of money down the drain, right? I think Gamma, you did a really good job there, destroying these IPVs.
Great job that round.
Yeah.
What actually was funny is your IPV targeting the TIE fighters behind the mine and hitting the mine by accident. So you got the mine down while you were shooting at the TIEs.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well. I think you should have just destroyed the mines as a priority before firing at the fighters in total.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah. So
also, I kind of like. Yeah.
Again, the Empire strikes back. With the IPVs going down, so much money down the drain, then Gamma did a really good job in actually contesting the Rebel base mine. He went there just at the right times in the late game to first deny it from being built, and then later just to find it. And yeah, that was pretty much GG then, after you found it getting up again. So well played there. That was really nice. And yeah, you equaled to a 2-2 at that point. And we've seen the pattern already. It's Empire win, Empire win, Empire win, Empire win. So we were already getting a little bit nervous whether the next map is also just going to be Empire win by default. And with Mason having the high seed, that's obviously an advantage for him in that sense. But I felt like you picked the exact right map. Because in the minors and in the group stages, we've seen a lot of Rebel wins on Dantooine. It seems like that is a map that can produce good situations for the Rebels because the base mine is pretty secure. You have a lot of income. The map is rather large, so your speed advantage comes into play, and so on and so on. But yeah, maybe just the question for you, Gamma. What went wrong there? Do you think what didn't work out as you wanted it to?
When I went to both the mines on the sides and he was there, I got a little flustered, I think, and I just kind of panicked, and I wasn't sure what to do after that.
All right. Panic is never the right emotion in that moment. Yeah, there were a couple of things that just kept going wrong. There was not this one huge mistake. I felt like your start could have been probably more effective if you would have spread to the left and the right as opposed to only going to the right. But yeah, and then it showed again, Empire seems to be between you two just the stronger faction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I also feel like both of you have come close to winning with Rebels in these matches. So that was already very promising. And there was this one comment from Bramatic. Oh, damn, the internet outage actually removed it from chat. Can I still read it anywhere? Bramatic said in chat, Mason needs to work on Rebels. It has cost him so many winning positions in these minor playoffs. What do you answer to Bramatic?
Yes, I do need to. I do need to work on Rebels. That's an astute observation. I'm trying, and I'm getting better though. The Rebels' main advantage is maneuverability, so I've been trying to use that as much as possible, especially in the beginning.
Yep.
Which is the key, really. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's actually a nice closing point for this little interview here. Congratulations, Mason, on that win. You move on to play MrMan next. And I actually accidentally moved my overlay here. Oops. To play MrMan next. And yeah, we'll see how that goes, whether your Rebels training will pay off. Until then. And Gamma, for you, yeah, thank you very much for joining this tournament. I hope you had fun playing these matches, even though obviously losing the last one is never a lot of fun. But I think looking back, that will be fine too. I hope to see both of you in the future. Mason, I know I will see you in the tournament, but Gamma in the community at large. And yeah, thank you also for taking time for this little interview. Thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in to the stream, for checking this out later when we upload it on YouTube too. And thank you very much for the Senate for joining in mid-stream as a co-commentator. It was, again, very enjoyable. It's always nice to have somebody to talk to, as opposed to just having a big old monologue there. And
Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. And with that, I think we wrap this up and say see you guys all next time.
All right, have a good day.